we saw how all that worked out. So hopefully Vortex and Sire have learned a little bit as they have had to take out Keith and Tiger. And here we go, game number 1 of your Southeast Asia Grand Finals. Here we go.
Going to be very exciting to see how they come in, Vortex and Sire, with some momentum in the elimination side. Serenity and taxiivation have been waiting for a while, I'm sure, keeping warm by themselves. Serenity, of course, on the axe, and the gauntlets online as well. But so far, Blue Team has had a pretty good time with Vortex playing point and just creating havoc on the ground. Sire with a big open up. Vortex closing out that neutral light with the side light. Gets the dodge out as well. The ground pound comes through. Sire getting hit, but still connecting that ground pound. Deep tax evasion attempt there, but not quite gonna connect that edge guard.
Yeah, seeing though everybody else is really close to falling. Serenity just happened to be the first one. Oh, nice recovery off of that lance. That is gonna go ahead and take that first stock off of Vortex. And they're trying to make sure Sire follows very shortly. Couldn't catch him. Sire getting underneath that recovery with the recovery of his own. That is gonna go ahead and take him out, and tax evasion is the healthiest on the map.
Yeah, taxiivation just holding on to this first stock. Sire landing a down air there, but not quite enough to close out that one. Big neutral light unarmed. No follow-up from Serenity, though. We've been seeing a lot of Olgrim this tournament, and we're hoping to see Serenity come in with this big follows. But taxiivation with a big edge guard, not quite gonna find the KO off of it, but still good damage.
Nice recovery coming off that spear from Vortex. Serenity running, trying to wait on that weapon drop. He does find it. Serenity chasing, looking for it. Nice snare. Can't find anything from it. Sire. Okay, it's just some really good neutral gameplay here. Just back and forth between these two teams, trying to figure out a way. There it is. Going to go ahead and take that stock off Serenity, and Blue Team taking a little bit of a lead here, although it looks like Red Team trying to take it right back.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of team damage there. Sire in a bad spot. Vortex getting swallowed up for that whiff. And now we're back to an even stock situation. The damage pretty even as well, as Sire definitely the worst for wear damage-wise. Nice neutral light on the gauntlet, just sends Sire back off stage. Can't find a big opening yet, but they're going to try. Gets a big recovery there, and that's going to be enough to close it out versus Sire. Vortex now holding on to this soft platform with that spear, especially it moving. It's going to be such a great threat at poking where it attempts to shark, and able to close that one out with the side light. Serenity with a big open up on the land. Sire reversals the situation immediately. Crazy chase dodge there, just trying to find that aggression and stop the spear working for tax evasion.
I cannot believe how close this opening game is. It's going to come down to Serenity here if Blue Team can get him out of here early and be able to focus on tax evasion or not. Tax evasion, nice Sare, sending Vortex out, disarmed him as well, keeping him off the weapon, Saring him again. Vortex cannot get the drop. There he does. Gauntlets in hand. Big recovery under tax evasion. Serenity clearing the map, saying this is a mine. And it is now to this 2v1 situation. Tax evasion going to take him up to the top. Serenity is able to recover after that. Sire going to shut it down there, and here we are, 1v1 situation. Tax evasion, Sire not enough. Looking for the follow-up.
Doesn't find the down air. Sire actually going to hide there and holding on to the stage. There comes out for Sire. Not going to be able to close out the stock yet, but that surely will. The downlight into Nair, the classic cannon, no matter the format, catching the landing with the downlight, getting the Nair afterwards. Sire able to close that one out with the cannon.
Oh man, what a close opening game. Sire and Vortex, like you said, they are going to go ahead and take the opening advantage. But also, like you said, they need to win 2 sets to make this happen for them. Now, it does start with 1 game, and they did get it done there. But being able to continue that for another 5 total wins might prove to be a little difficult. But we're going to see how this game number 2 looks. We have Apocalypse, Suzuku Castle, and a Western Air Temple. See where we're going to end up going.
looking at the stats here, Sire 786 damage out, Vortex 375. They won that game off the back of Sire doing a lot of damage. The red team, though, very even damage spread, about 100 difference between the two. 508 dealt on Serenity, End, and Tax Evasion doing 605. So overall, it's been pretty close, but Sire, of course, pulling away, especially in that last stock situation, is able to make that happen. And like you said, they're up 1-0 right now, but they still need to win 5 more games to make this happen, whereas Serenity, Tax Evasion need to find that 3 somewhere in the mix. As we go over to Suzuku Castle, a stage we don't see quite often, but I'm excited to see it here.
Yeah, we don't see it very often. But we are going to drop into it, like you said, and just kind of breaking off for this early and neutral situation again. Serenity's going to try to avoid that, taking that early damage again, losing that early stock, because I really think when it all came down to the end, that might have been what was the difference between. We're seeing good pressure, Serenity ground pound. Tax Evasion catching his landing. Okay, red team's coming out hot this opening game. But blue team's doing a really good job of getting their licks back into and keeping damage pretty close.
What I like from Serenity in that situation, the ground pound came through instead of extending the edge guard, knowing my job isn't to get a KO here, it's to get Tax Evasion back on the stage. And that has been kind of snowballing for the red team into a very great situation. Unfortunately, the recovery not working out there. Sire able to connect with that side air. Vortex going for a big read, doesn't connect. Serenity holding on from out of the corner. The Sig gets interrupted. Ooh. Vortex with a great positioning, but actually gets hit by Serenity. This stage has a relatively low ceiling, so you have to be careful when you're going high.
I cannot believe that recovery. I can't believe that recovery wasn't enough to take him out. It looked like it was going to be. But we are all back down here on stage. Vortex and Sire have now both lost their opening stocks. Gives Serenity and Tax Evasion a little bit of a lead, a little bit of room to breathe with, but we see them being taken off the top, and we are all locked back in even here in stock number 2.
Why do we use that word slow? Every time we say the word lead, it just gets evaporated. And that exactly is what happens there. Those recoveries come through and close it out as we see the blue team looking to fight off the wall here. Finally does get back with the Sarah, but immediately getting scooped up with the axe. The recoveries come through, and that's going to be a great cleanup for Tax Evasion as they are up a stock. Or sorry, down a stock. Blue team.
Yes, they are, and that red team and not showing any sign of slowing up. Vortex, so nice and clear right there, taking Tax Evasion way out to the side. Sire swapping back in, going to put some more damage on him. Tax Evasion found his way back up because Serenity was able to break everything up for him. That big Sarah coming off of that Chun-Li spear, though, is going to go ahead and confirm that stock. Serenity being taken down. Sire is the healthiest on the board, and if you're a red team, that is not what you want.
Yeah, I mean, it just happens to be that sometimes, you know, when you have that lead, if you both lose that stock, it can easily sway, but we are now down to a last stock situation once again. These games cannot be closer on the Suzuku Castle now, so of course you have to worry about when you're at that, you know, slightly red percent or damage star, you are so susceptible to getting KO'd off the top. You have to be so careful.
Especially when there's an axe on that.
Oh,
there's so much momentum off that weapon. What a catch from Tax Evasion, confirming the stock, knocking Sire off his feet, and now in a 2v1 situation. We saw this before. We saw Sire was able to bring it back, but Tax Evasion, huge Sire, taking Sire off the stage. Ooh, Tax Evasion, I think a Sire would have worked a little better there, but it's okay. Recovery is going to finish it up, and we are all tied up going into game number 3.
Yeah, Sire forced in that same situation as you said in the last game, but unable to make that 2v1 work out. See there. Great catches in the jungle game, so important on a stage like this. That side sig was such a clutch thing for Tax Evasion to connect, and yeah, this is just a rough 2v1 situation. The dodge getting covered by the gauntlet recovery, and we are moving into a 1-1 situation. Wow, I mean, very, very close in damage. These teams are really, all the players on the screen, sorry, are definitely pulling their weight, but notably Vortex, 63% accuracy, still unable to make that work out.
Yeah, all the damage is keeping pretty average there. That was just a good, clean, close game of 2v2s. We'll see if that momentum is going to be able to carry on here into game number 3. Sire and Vortex, of course, they are fighting for that reset. To be able to get a fresh set, to be able to come in and hopefully claim this thing for themselves. But we got to get into game number 3 and get them going. But I don't know, man. Go Go ahead, PJ.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, just to note, like in the previous set that they ran in winners finals, Serenity and taxiivation won 3-1. So we might be seeing shades of that, or we might be seeing a reversal of the script and a 3-1 in the favor of Vortex and Sire. I honestly want to see a lot more. I want to see more too. So I'd be down to see a grand finals reset here, but it's really close, and I feel like a little too close to tell who's gonna win this one.
Yeah, there's no way to call it yet. This is about as close as it gets, and you love to see it, especially in the grand finals. We haven't had a whole lot of best of fives this block so far. We have seen the one. If there is a set I would like to see one, it is definitely here. Would not be mad about the reset at all. These guys have been putting on a great show for us so far. And we're going to try and get them back into it as soon as we can. You guys know how online tournaments tend to work. Sometimes you need to reset. Sometimes you just kind of got to make sure everything is perfect. And as of right now, we got one of the players doing just that. But PJ, you know, this was your first opportunity with Southeast Asia. What do you think, my man?
And it's been going great so far. We've been seeing some really awesome high octane sets. I think that's definitely the word for this weekend. Hopefully a lot of high octane twos action, so should be very exciting as the players seem to all be back in the lobby as we get right into it again. But as I said, I'm half Thai myself, so Southeast Asia is a region that's very near and dear to my heart, so I was really excited when they said I'd be commentating twos. So really exciting. Thank you, of course, to Brawlhalla. I love commentating twos, especially this region. Hopefully we get to see a lot more of them on the mainstream.
Oh, it's going to be a good weekend all throughout. Of course, as we get into grand finals here, these players get ready. Of course, we have EU and South America tomorrow, North America on Sunday. It is going to be a very action-packed weekend. And speaking of action-packed, we are breaking into a game number 3, a grand finals action. And here we go.
It's 1-1. We saw this in the last set, so definitely not uncharted or unexplored territory for these teams here. But nonetheless, I mean, it's been absolutely so neck and neck in these last games. Always going to the last stock 1v1 situation, except that last game there. But regardless, Serenity and taxiivation now. A higher soft platform, in general is definitely going to help them out. I think the red team definitely benefits though, because taxiivation on the spear, and I think Vortex as well will find some success just holding on to that soft platform.
Yeah.
Sorry, with a big ground pound though, as I was talking about that. No side platform needed. taxiivation looking to get some follow-up on Sire's ground pound, but didn't quite find enough there. Serenity sweat bead, scary spot.
Oh, and there we go. So you see that first stock of Vortex come off, and we're seeing the damage continue to rack up. taxiivation gets sent out to the right side. Serenity going out there just in case he needed a little pump to get back up on stage. And both teams trying to get that first stock off of one of their opponents. taxiivation, of course, and Sire both holding on to that first stock. Still Sire racking up some more damage against Serenity. Switch it back over to taxiivation, going to go ahead and confirm that stock. And nice Sire as well.
And then Serenity just playing really great at closing out those stocks. We are back to an even stock count, but definitely Serenity worse for wear in the damage department. Nice nair catch goes for the side air on Sire, but doesn't find a connection there. Another nair at Vortex, spinning in his own right and able to get that sig to connect and close out that stock now with a growing lead for the blue team.
Yeah, growing is definitely the correct word here. Serenity and taxiivation having a pretty hard time getting things back under control here. taxiivation, though, getting some good damage put out, racking up against Sire there. Vortex missing the signature. taxiivation getting a very minimal punish on it, and then retreating back into the air looking for some aerials.
A lot of disruption on the side of taxiivation. I was talking about that soft platform. taxiivation can control so much with the spear, but as soon as you leave the comfort of the ground, Sire ready to scoop you up with that downlight recovery. Vortex losing the stock to Serenity there. So the team's choosing to trade away the stock. Sire, the only one with an extra stock, as I can't even finish my sentence. We are down to a last stock situation once again. Winner of this taking the set lead with a 2-1 here, so very important game.
Yes, oh, very important. I mean, this sets the pace for the rest of, the first set. Maybe we'll have 2, but definitely looking for that momentum going into game number 4. and it is a battle to get it. Serenity needs to be very careful what damage they are willing to take on here as they try to get some damage in. Sire is going to go ahead and confirm that stop, and taxiivation is going to have a very hard time with. Oh wow.
Oh. Yeah, we were talking about a potential comeback situation, but gets hit with the very rare true combo weapon toss into weapon toss. That's something you have to worry about too. But yeah, great exhibition there.
See these replays finishing up here is Sire working in. We see that last knockout there. That was actually really clean. And we are going to be pushing into game number 4 with our winner's side team at the disadvantage. Sire and Vortex, of course, a 1 game away from resetting these grand finals and giving us a brand new set to work with, PJ.
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing really well, riding that momentum. As much as we talk about momentum in twos especially, and you know, riding that forward, these have been very close games. Situations very important, small moments, and you know, as much as 2 can be a chaotic mess, when it gets to those last stock slow pace situations, the teams that can stay calm and find those openings are going to be coming out on top every time, and you're seeing blue team with a lot of control here so far.
They're coming out with a game plan for sure. The Sire, though, is taking on a little more damage than I'm sure he would have liked to so far. But he's also putting it out as well as taxiivation is quickly being taken into red. We've got a couple players in a knockout range right here. I think this is going to be more of the same. We're just going to come down to the very elastic interaction.
Yeah, no lead is safe when we're commentating. I need to stop saying that word. It's just not a real word when we say it. But whatever lead they had there, it's back to even stocks here, 3 and 2, respectively. And yeah, blue team having the center stage control. The 2 soft platforms are going to be moving up and down, so you have to be careful of that, because we've seen some crazy extensions on the gauntlets, the double gauntlets on line there, going for the weapon toss down to try to disrupt the center stage play, getting a little bit too caught in their own movement. The Ogrim into the big combo, double KO. And that's going to be a 5 stocks to 3 lead. Insane.
That was huge, and it's not just for the play that just happened, but for the whole mental, the whole tempo of the set. Taxiivation, Serenity are waking up here in game number 4, looking to take this set back.
The big ground pound attempt there, trying to knock out taxiivation, avoids it, but Serenity getting caught in a tricky spot, making it back with the neutral light on the unarmed. So now Serenity has to recover with the axe. Vortex very smartly dodging and not going too far, closing out the KO. And we are back to even stocks. Not too much damage too.
Yeah. Even stocks. The damage looking a little more skewed, especially if they can get some damage on side. Oh my, that just knocked out an orange. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. What? Oh man. All right, Serenity and taxiivation now have a pretty good lead against Vortex here, and looking like we are indeed going to get that game by PJ.
I talked about the side soft platforms moving up and down. You have to be careful of the extensions on them. You got KO'd at orange off of a crowded side light on Lance. That is nightmare fuel. I mean, you'll get hit by that so often. A dodge read is all it takes, and now you're looking down a 2v1 situation. Not just like, you know, 2 stocks to 1. This is 3 stocks to 1. This is would be crazy for Vortex to force reset off of this, and I don't think we're going to see it, as taxiivation and Serenity do so much damage, catching the jump with the neutral light. Vortex on the sweat beats gets tapped in by that side air, and we are going game 5 off of, as you said, red team waking up. Serenity, taxiivation, 3 stock victory, so very strong. No more last stock situations.
That blue team combo right there came out, and then the whole game changed. Everything changed after that team combo right there. They woke up and went to work. Very nice.
You're just hoping to get dropped faster by your by Appa there. You're like, I need to get back and help my team, but you're helpless to helping your team there as you get KO'd in a big way. Yeah, 615 damage on Serenity's side, 419 on taxiivation. I mean, very solid game 4 showing there, as we're now into game 5. Serenity and taxiivation 1 game away from winning the tournament. Sire and Vortex looking to reset and force the second set in grand finals. We're going to see where this goes, but It's been close, but red team now finally catching some momentum, as you said, waking up.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is an exciting moment, especially if you're Serenity and taxiivation. Being able to come in and just get that dub, that first official twos win of 2024, be able to set up your team for the rest of the season to be that team to beat in the region. And they are one game away from getting it done. Sire and Vortex, they have been fighting with everything that they have. The games have been close. We're going to see if maybe they can push us into a reset. They've already done it twice. They just need to get one more win. We are going to drop in here to a new map we have not seen a whole lot of today, if any, I don't think. And now we have 3 soft platforms to work with.
Gotta love the triplats, and wow, blue team coming out swinging here, getting a counter pick onto the Zariel. So you're going to be seeing some bow action cover that grounded game. The cannon looking to play around those soft platforms as red team is getting smothered right now. They can find no control on the stage. It is not their friend as the blue team finally gets caught there. Serenity with an opportunity. So is taxiivation trying to get something going, but it has been all gas, no brakes so far. I mean, they're just going at each other.
Yeah. And the damage shows that Sire having a little more extra than everybody else. But at what damage? There we go. Signature coming out. Going to go ahead and take the stock off of Vortex. Sire with another signature. All right. Almost. We'll call that. We'll call that a double. We'll call that a double knockout. It was close enough.
Serenity, taxiivation on the axe and the spear, looking to find some control. The soft platforms definitely do lend to these two weapons, but so far, I mean, it's been Vortex just holding on to the stage there, just staying underneath the platforms and with punishing, covering, landing so successfully, and Sire kind of taking to the skies here. As I say that, taxiivation forcing Sire too high in the sky with that KO, with the recovery. We are back to an even stock situation here.
Say it time and time again how close this set has been. It certainly was not this close when they fought in winners finals. I assure you that. Sire getting a big combo on taxiivation. Nobody there to follow up. The edge guard though, and taxiivation is going to easily get back up on stage. Yet to find any damage though, and get sent way down. Weapon throw is going to miss, but he has no options. And a red team is on their final stocks. I think we might be getting a reset.
Yeah, it's the final stocks of the set, no matter which way you cut it. So they have to hold on and hope to make some big comeback. We talk about leads, and they've been evaporating quickly, and no better time for a lead to evaporate than now for the red team, as taxiivation on the back of, or Serenity on the back of the taxiivation Cider closes out that stock. The lead is gone. We are last stock, game 5, first set of Winter Doubles Champion. Let's see if they're able to close it out for the red team. Blue team going to try their best, though, with Sire on the cannon. Can't really find an opening. Finally does with the neutral light. Goes for the ground pound. Serenity with a big reversal opportunity. Sire has not touched the wall yet. Sweat beads come out, but the Cider is big. Vortex on the other side of the stage doing major damage to taxiivation. It has been 1v1s on each side of the stages. Who can come out on top?
We saw the swap happening there. It was a little scary for both those players off the right side. And what team is going to lose their advantage first? That's the question. Which team is going to get this knockout? Because that is going to put them in the 2v1 situation. Serenity getting sent way out. Can he find his way back? Going low. He has taxiivation there to save him if need be. Making his way back up on stage. What amazing movement for Serenity, but he is going to get taken off the top, and taxiivation has to get it done right now, and he does it! Whoa! First set didn't even matter. Reset it, PJ, because we are restarting grand finals, and we get to do this all over again. You can see the smile on my face, fam.
We are in a reset situation. Vortex and Sire fell to Serenity in winners finals. Serenity with a 3-1 now, forcing the reset in a grand final situation. This is a big moment for them to hopefully win this tournament from the elimination side of the bracket. Ooh. We're seeing the replays here. It went down to a last stock situation once again, but that big moment where you whiff that axe recovery, you go for it all to call out a jump. It doesn't work out, even with taxiivation on the spear. It doesn't matter, as the blue team is able to close that one out. Good stuff from the blue team, and we wipe it clean. This is just an ordinary best of 5 set. No more winner side advantage. We are here now in grand finals reset. Winner of this wins the tournament.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Looking at these signature accuracy counts, I'm a little confused, but I think the Algrim's accuracy was really, really good there. Serenity,
he hit
though,
more SIGs than existed.
I know. I'm really kind of proud of Serenity just literally setting new records here in the Southeast Asia Grand Finals. Taxiivation throwing out the nairs. Dare coming back down the stage. Sire not afraid to go way up into the sky at Demon Island to try and fish out some more damage. Serenity weapon throw down, sidelight over, but backs up and tries to focus on Vortex here. No, Saring a Sire. Vortex gonna put a hit on him. That will give the save, but Sire still running out of options and falling to the bottom of the map.
Interesting to see Vortex actually switching over to the Val, something we haven't seen a lot in this tournament so far. Fortunately, Serenity, well, fortunately, red team able to close out that stock. Unfortunately, a little bit of team damage. Nothing too major for the red team, though, as they get right back into it with this clean stock lead each here. Not enough to KO quite yet off the recovery. Demon Island, little higher blast zone ceilings there. Vortex able to close it out there with that SIG. Going off for the edge guard, doesn't quite find it. Another sidelight from Serenity, just trying to disrupt and hold on to this stock.
Vortex back to neutral, trying to use that sword off the Val. Did not pressure Serenity, trying to get that 2v1 situation. Sire being taken off the top. Red team are looking fantastic in this opening game of the reset. Sire finally Vortex finally gonna get that stock off of a Serenity. And everything's a little even except for Sire here. Needs to get in. Okay, racking up some more damage there. Tax being taken way up to the sky. Oh, big whiff off of that signature from Sire, but no punish from Tax.
It is so back and forth. I mean, they are just swinging for the fences. Vortex able to close out that stock. I think Vortex has closed out all the stocks for the blue team thus far. So this Val counter pick has been working out. You see that gravity cancel SIG to get off me, and it works out for Serenity as that side air follows up off of it. And this is a big team combo. Taxiivation unable to follow up with that nair, but still big damage even after dropping it. And you're not in such a bad spot. The blue team immediately coming back, swinging Vortex on their last stock. So is Sire. The red team has a stock lead here, and a lot of damage too of extra credit. Serenity going off stage to try to catch Sire unarmed off stage. Vortex though finds a 1v1 and finds a recovery to close out that stock. We are back down to an even stock situation.
Sire needs to dig deep here and not get caught in any shenanigans from this red team, like that big old recovery off of that Ulgrim axe. And now red team gonna go to work here to try and finish up this last stock off of Vortex. The movement's coming out on that Val. You see that speed being put to work here. Cannot, okay, they're catching them though. Little 1s and 1-2s here. They're racking up enough damage to make things really bad for Vortex. That Sare is gonna go ahead and finish it up. And Serenity and Taxiivation are gonna start off of this set up 1-0.
It's as back and forth as it can get. In the previous set, it went Vortex, Serenity, you know, back and forth, and then now it went back and forth again into the sixth game of them playing in grand finals. It is literally as close as you can get it. But that game one definitely does show, you know, whoever's winning that game one in the set is winning the set in total. So that's a very important game one. We'll see if blue team can rewrite the script as we see the damage numbers come out for the red team. Very even so far for them.
Sire, however, if he could have done just a little bit more damage, I think that might have gone the other way. But being held to only 286, we're going to see Aang come out. Okay.
Yeah, so you're saying, I think Aang or the Wushang crossover that Aang has been very prevalent in twos, especially as the season starts off. You know, having the gauntlets for the edge guards and the extended combo, the spear to disrupt some space. It's important because I feel like that's kind of what you've been missing out if you're the blue team. The cannon was a little bit too much, I feel like, but hopefully some control can be found with that spear.
We shall see. We're going to find out here very momentarily, as we're seeing red team do a good job to rack up some serious damage onto Vortex, and that is not what you want to see if you are blue team right now. Huge read coming off of those gauntlets, and Tax looking for some more. He is not slowing down.
I mean, the classic sidelight, bait the dodge, sidelight recovery to close it out. Tax has been finding immense success on the gauntlets for this first stock, doing so much damage and even closing out that stock. Vortex in a bad spot, able to close out that stock is over him though, so that's going to be very important for the red team as they are up a stock each.
They are indeed, and still Nobody dropping. Taxiivation, though, getting that Nair, couldn't pull him down. Nice recovery coming back up on stage. Serenity is going to get knocked out, and so is Taxiivation. Everything stock-wise is tied up, but Sire still has a pretty good health on that second stock. It should be able to, huge team combo from a blue team, and that racked up some serious damage, and perfect clutch being able to get both of those members of the team in that team combo.
Get as much damage as you can. All true. You can't dodge out of that. And speaking of which, that side sig comes through. And it's going to give a slight lead once again to the red team. Vortex at very high damage here. Val not the heaviest, or sorry, not the most defense legend in the game. So you have to be very careful, but still playing very, very well there. Gets a recovery, gets reversaled actually there now. The red team looking for a big team combo of their own, almost finding that sig to close out the stock on Sire. Sire with the sweat beads just to make it back. Serenity punishes that gravity cancel sig with the sideline. Sire looking very, very bad. Taxiivation connects with a double sig, goes deep with that Nair, tries to catch Vortex. Serenity tripping up the situation, losing the stock for it, but it's 3 stocks to 1 still, and red team looks to tap it in and move on 2-0 in the set.
Yeah, they keep getting better and better each game as we go through this grand finals reset, and they are all but done closing up this game number 2 against Vortex. And Sire held the signature out there. Weapon throw going to come out. Drop it down for it. Vortex looking for an option to get back up, but he does touch the wall. But that Sire off the spear is going to go ahead and wrap that up. And that puts a Vortex and Sire on their tournament game. And Taxiivation and Serenity one away from getting the job done.
Look at that damage. Wow.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah, clean stuff from the blue team, trying to make it a little bit closer to even, but you see there, going for the downlight recovery. Sometimes you have to forego that guaranteed damage because the other team can just close out the stocks. And look at that, gravity cancel sidelight to continue the combo downlight into the sig, and then almost lines it up. Doesn't quite find it there, but yeah, this situation where Ogrim can just hold the sig, force the jumps, and then that Cider actually able to cover low enough to cover the wall hang as well. Very clean ledge trapping from the red team.
Yeah, absolutely. The edge guards were on point, and they just played out of their minds in that game, period. I mean, we've seen how well Sire and Vortex are playing, especially coming back from elimination side. That clutch that they had there in elimination finals to bring themselves back up, being able to reset the opening of this grand finals, and you hate to see it come down to a 3-0 loss in that reset. So hopefully they'll be able to get something done, but we see again Sire only 290 damage. That is not going to get it done.
Yeah, so you see a pretty drastic switch. Vortex now on Onyx. Sire switching over to the Petra, so the Orb now making an appearance here in Grand Finals. Orb, of course, a very consistent weapon at covering the air, as well as just disrupting. You got a lot of side light and side airs to catch, so hopefully this works out for Sire.
See, I always do love seeing a Petra on the map.
Yep.
Is definitely a big contrast to what we've seen out of him so far. And so far, the Orb is looking pretty good. Of course, red team is going to need a little bit of time to kind of adapt to that legend swap. But so far, we're seeing big Sayers coming off of that Orb. Miss with the gravity cancel side sig. Serenity going to go ahead and scoop him up off that lane and send him packing. Woo! And again.
We'll call that a double on the side of Serenity.
Yeah,
Once again, the Lance has been pretty great for Serenity so far. Sire unable to get the unarmed KO there. Gets an extension there as soon as taxiivation lands. And still they're continuing the team combos no matter what. I mean, I can't even finish sentences, and they're finding more ways to rack on that damage. Finally, some control for the blue team as they look to find a KO on Serenity. And they do with the Orb recovery. We are back down to 2 stocks apiece.
Indeed, we are. Great job for blue team bringing that back. It was looking like it was going to run away a little bit on him. Taxiivation coming up, side light coming up his feet. Nice recovery. Going to go ahead and pick up Vortex, hit him again. Looking for the follow-up. Caught Serenity in it instead. Vortex getting back, catching those gauntlets, coming back down the ground and hitting that neutral light. Continuing to rack up more damage here as Sire, again, just being dealt with super early. And the blue team is on their tournament stocks, PJ. Oh, no.
Yeah, the character counterpick Sire on the Petra with the Orb was looking more promising in the first stock, but the red team, I think no matter what you counterpick, the red team's momentum is definitely showing through here. to 3-0 this one. Sire just trying to hold on in the corner with this orb. The Cider does connect. Taxiivation able to survive. Serenity looking to put up a wall to try to get their teammate back, but it doesn't matter as Vortex gets the double ground pound, then the dare. We are back to an even stock situation. Blue team back against the wall. Last stock potentially of their tournament life. Serenity and Taxiivation looking to close out the tournament here. Serenity gonna look to do that with that Cider. Not enough to KO Sire quite yet, but a lot of chaos in the center of the screen. Taxiivation just trying to get themselves back onto the center of the stage.
Can't do it. There you go. Sire is going to find his way back. Weapon throw to get a little more space. Signature coming out. Sire getting sent over. Oh, this is really close, PJ. I did not think it was going to come down to this. Neutral Sig getting broke up. Sire with the Sare. Another one. That finishes up Tax. That finishes up Serenity. We're going to game number 4.
It's not over yet. The counter
No,
pick.
sir.
The counter pick has worked. We were talking about Sire stuck below 300 damage 2 games in a row. Sometimes all you need to do is pick up an orb. The Petra working wonders for the blue team on this counter pick. It was looking good for the red team, especially here. You see it's they're up a stock each. Vortex closing it out with the cannon. Perfectly spaced aerials. And then look, the power of orb in twos. Sidelight Sarah as a disruptor into the immediate gravity cancel neutral sig from Onyx. And then the Cider closes out the stock on the left side. The damage looking more comfortable for Sire. 554 damage, a lot better.
Little bit of improvement there. Looking a little better on that Petra selection. And we are gonna, like I said, we are in a game number 4. Sire and Vortex backs are absolutely against the wall. You know they are trying to bring this back in a clutch. The first 2v2 official dub of the season. And we've got Western Air Temple, but we are gonna go to Miami Dome. One of my favorite 2v2 maps to watch. I love watching 2v2 gameplay on this map.
Miami Dome, I feel like we haven't seen it in the tournament much so far. We're mostly opting for the flat stages, but here, 2 soft platforms. Unlike Western Air Temple, they don't move up and down. They stay the same height. I think very good because something that I've been noticing is Taxiivation has been utilizing the soft platforms really well on Spear, hopefully trying to create some disruption and slow down the pace of the match, because right now the blue team is speeding it up into almost a blinding speed against the red team.
They absolutely are, but then we see that stock. Sire again being the first to fall. Let's see if they can run some more damage on him. No, Vortex will though, unfortunately. Just absolute chaos on Miami Dome right now. I don't even know where to look. It's just a tornado of Brawlhalla legends just flying around the map as we speak.
Yeah, no one wants to be on the soft platforms. They're just fighting in the center of the stage.
Oh, absolutely. We got these 1v1 situations kind of happening here. Serenity sending a Sire way up into the sky. Going to send his teammate out as well. Nice recovery into Sire, but just a little too much distance to be able to confirm that stock. Okay, Tax going to get underneath with the recovery. Going to go ahead and confirm that stock. And now Sire, though, oh my goodness, already on his tournament stock.
6 stocks, 2, 3, make it 5 stocks to 3 now as you look to hold on to it. Now, okay, so it's not so bad, 4 stocks to 3, so mitigating the lead as much as possible here. The blue team still with some life in them. Sire looking to get an open up there. Vortex with more team damage on the cannon, loose cannon, because he's been hitting his team a little bit too much for comfort, but still Sire not, you know, taking it well and continuing this aggression on the right side of the stage. Nice open up there with the Sig, yeah.
Serenity finds his way back to the stage. He just over. He has that lance back in his hands. Sire reach up the Nair, couldn't find anything. Tax go ahead and put Serenity back on the stage, catching Vortex into that Sare. Seeing a break out here, Serenity. Sire's in big trouble. Vortex on his tournament stock. Sire is in huge trouble. He's gone. 4 stocks to 1. I don't think Vortex. I mean, he may be him, but he's not. No, there's no way. There's no way.
It's too airtight between the Olgrim and the Spear. The combos are just too great. I mean, you'd have to go flawless here in order to make this work. And you're going to see Vortex attempting to do that with the cannon. Gets a down air there. Chase dodge after the side light. Gets a side air off the read. Vortex in an opportunity to try to make a comeback with the 2-6 connect. Serenity chasing high with the recovery. Vortex in a very terrible spot, but Tax Evasion the one to close it out with the side air. Congratulations to Serenity and Tax Evasion taking Winter Double Championship Southeast Asia. Big.
That's so good.